through from G2 for Broken Blade in the top lane. A good scaling matchup to answer the Scion provides G2 with fantastic side lane options later into the game.
Key damage means it's pretty easy for him to chunk away at it, but Caps has 6 in the Realm Warp. 7 does have his ult as well. Sten going in the Realm Warp behind as Ice looks for the damage. LeBron, once again, a magical journey just gets into safety. Sten looking for it. Caps goes in with the Rune Prison, the Overload. Can't quite get the damage, but in the end, he catches out the Ghost Water Dive from that fight. Caps with the first blood of the series.
Nice play from G2 as they look for a little bit more ice, so I think he has the distance.
Voltbreaker coming out, Hansama flashing for it, looks for the build over Peacemaker and finds his man. Down to 3,000 as Skirmishing continues to punch first and ask questions later. Sheo stepping forward now has the maximum dosage. Temper Fate connects on Ice, Sheo steals away the Drake. Sheo using that element, the flash cease and desist, going on to Ice, he's been left to the Wolves. G2 will take the kill, even if they lose the Drake.
G2 collapse well, and Heretics, they try to take the fight, but they're already behind. And with LeBron hitting the nice Tempered Fate, sets up easily for
the scale. And if G2's able to stack the dragons, it puts more pressure onto Heretics.
Oh, Sten, why are you backing here? Why are you backing here? A Cosmic Binding. Sten will be able to dash across the wall, but the chase comes out from Skirmishing. That was foolhardy, to say the least.
G2 is because they're going, hey, we have a pushing lane, let's make plays.
Oh, Ice clipped by the Temper Fate. A snap trap underneath his feet. Immediately uses the Moonlight Vigil with the Severum to try and heal himself up, and it is enough. Good rotation of the guns, but with the Realm Warp coming in, Ice now needs to dodge the ace in the hole. Caps going forward, doesn't tank the tower. LeBron does instead, takes a couple of tower shots. Hansama gets the headshot for the shutdown, and Caps will get another 6-0 now, G2.
Great roam from Caps to help out on the play.
Side so far in the game. Heretics unlikely to pressure for this Drake. I say that as Sheo steps straight into the face of Caps. Will lose his passive, goes where he pleases, means that he will be CC'd next time. LeBron with the magical journey out, the Ignite ticking on him. Meanwhile, Ice is not moving from the mid lane. Drake secured for G2. Heretics still poking and prodding and putting their nose where G2 don't want it to be. BB moved to mid to keep that wave pushed in.
Fought against the Aphelios, and the Aphelios are like, well, now I can't actually roam, so it's 3 versus 4 on Dragon. Good luck, lads. And I think this is where, again, G2 are just so good.
Sheo's going to try and chase down Caps here. There's the Heartsteel proc, nice clonk for him, and Infected Cleaver landing, Tempered Fate coming out, Caps almost steps to the side of it. LeBron's going to put a Magical Journey in, look for that Cosmic Binding, but can connect onto Sheo as he goes to the other side of the wall. Death from below, dodged by Caps. LeBron gets the kill, but now Caps in the Glacial Storm will fall. Sten needs to be ushered out here by 7, and will do so.
For this Anivia, but mid lane falling as well. So a good skirmish for Heretics. Goes 1 for 1, but the goal difference, I mean, it still goes the way of G2. I believe it's Caitlyn.
Sure.
You're supposed to know this, bro. You're logged in.
Caitlyn.
I was going to make a joke. How mighty do you think the Caitlyn is?
Pretty damn mighty right now as Seren's going to get caught up in the Tempered Fate. G2 looking to collapse on a play that was started by Heretics. Cosmic Binding not landing the stun, but Seren, even with his egg, is going to get chased down. The egg in the middle of 4. Hansama comes across just for the assist, and G2 get another.
I mean, Heretics should want to avoid fighting at all costs. Their game plan should be cross-mapping, trading gold, avoiding skirmishes. They're just playing into G2's hand, and G2's like, with pleasure, absolutely. Every skirmish is going their way. 8-1 the kill score.
You get the Herald on the bottom side, Caps shoots all the way. Skirmishing might have overextended though, past the flash.
Goes back in onto Sheo. Skirmishing down to a 3rd HP. Sheo around the same as the chase comes in from LeBron and Hansama. Sheo trying to walk his way out of this one with a maximum dosage, but he can't heal up enough. G2 now 9-1 up on the scoreboard.
He put back on his nicest suit before he went down there, and now Caps still pushing.
You can then stall the game out. You don't have to contest, but then they contested the second dragon.
Getting that first dragon is you can cross map. So you can then go, oh, Aphelios, you go top when Dragon's up.
Exactly.
We'll then get Tower and Gold on you, but that's not what we're seeing.
I don't think LeBron's missed the Tempered Fate so far. Flash with the Cosmic Binding as well for the follow-up. BBT being in. Seren's going to try and get his way out, but it's a damn frosty evening, and G2
the map for Heretics right now.
And look at that KP for Lebrov. He's been involved in 9 of the team's 10 kills. He's had a spectacular Bard performance. And Heretics, their approach to this game has been too passive, and they've tried to take fights when they just haven't been strong enough, and it's resulted in a serious snowball for G2.
Heretics is trying to find anything they can on the map right now. They'll get a top tower. As Sheo is looking for Broken Blade, but that's a Dusk and Dawn and a Riftmaker Gwen. Specifically built to work her way through the tanks of the Scion and the Mundo. Sheo doesn't want to stay around for too long. G2 using the pressure they have from bot to look for these plays, but now with a TP behind, perhaps Caps on the other side of the map. Heretics can look for something. Sten takes half his health. Bolt Breaker almost gets Skewmond out, but he's blocked with the root. Shale going for more as they all collapse onto LeBron. He dies. Death from below coming out from Sten gets themselves a little bit more gold. It's Shale who shares the purse.
It's just full map coverage and control for G2 right now.
And G2 are so strong.
Sten locked up. He tries to get away, but LeBron follows him with the auto attack, and G2 get another.
Did he go between the wolves to bind him? Like, he rooted Stent
Was that
using
not
the
the
wolves.
knockup? Was it with the wolves? I thought it was Skewmond just with the knockup. I'd have to look at it again, and I don't think we're going to have a chance because Ice is dead in the mid lane. The Temper Fate didn't connect, but the rest of G2 immediately collapsed. And for Heretics, it's looking pretty grim, lads. Skewmond going for more onto Shale. Han Summer opening up. Maximum dosage coming out from the Mundo. Seven takes almost half his health from a single headshot out of that Caitlyn.
I was going to say, this is where G2 are basically hitting their stride. You've got 2 items completed with the Infinity Edge now for Ansama. Caps has 2. Dusk and Dawn completed on Broken Blade. Like, they are feeling themselves right now. And Stend is about to get us.
This is your tank who's trying to step up, being beaten back by a Bard and a Vi. Like, yes, it's Black Cleaver, Sundered Sky, but that Bard only has a locket.
I mean, G2 just stayed mid, taking everything that they want. Now it's going to be a Baron. Systematic destruction by G2. The gold lead continues to grow after pick, leveraging the strength of their comp, which is we excel in the 2v2s and the 3v3s.
And it means the Heretics constantly have to overload and find picks. And as long as Skewmond gets out, well, Caps now has access to the bot lane turret. So as Heretics, you have to disappear.
Temper Fate onto 7. Caught out by Lebrov. Flashes away from the Cosmic Binding that may or may not have landed the stun.
Look at bot lane.
Not, it does, as you say. Look at bot lane. Caps pushing in, and Heretics using that as their opportunity to engage. But as soon as the unstoppable onslaught comes out, look at the CC chain on tracing. TP behind now with cease and desist onto that backline. Sten knocked back. Han Summer chases out the Scion. Meanwhile, Seren is going to fall in the middle of the fight into that egg and then scrambled up by G2.
A desperation play from Heretics as they tried their best to create a 4v3 in the top lane. The whole map is falling apart. Caps is going to get an inhibitor. He's going to use the Baron-empowered minions to deal damage onto these inhibitor towers, and as Ice tries to wave clear, that opens up the top lane.
We were so close, guys. If this game had ended in 6 seconds time, it would have been the fastest of LEC versus. They're not going to have that accolade to put on their mantelpiece, but G2 have systematically destroyed Heretics here in game 1, pushing towards the Nexus at 24.5 minutes. Broken Blade pulled in, but just dashes away, and G2, in such rapid fashion, just wipe away the Heretics. The Nexus down to half. Shao uses his ultimate, a Tempered Fate.
It doesn't really exist on G2 side unless Lebrov is finding phenomenal flanks, but you're not like grouping people for an Orianna ult. You're relatively short range with the Kai'Sa as well, and she doesn't have something that
Pull coming out from Shao. I wonder if they'll just call off any possibility of a fight. They don't know where Trundle is right now. Skewmond has reset, got himself a Sheen, Aegis Assault for the movement speed from Shale. Flash away from Caps, but the Shield Vault still finds the stun. Skewmond on his way, but only at the tier 1 right now, as Caps has no way out of this. Uses the command, protects Shao, though, with a spear to his back. Will get first. Never miss playoffs. And look at how many times they place really well. So rare that they do poorly in playoffs.
That's very true. Oh,
Wait a
hang on a
second.
minute.
Wait a second.
You're moving into the enemy jungle here. Seven looking for some damage himself. Does have his flash. Shao was forced to flash away, but Skewmond falling low. Seven loses vision, puts a soldier in, gets the kill. Shield Bolt out onto Camps, gets to somebody, gets one in response as Shao falls. Seven needs to get out of here. Doesn't have that flash anymore. Camps still chases him. The counter curse needs to be
where they're positioning themselves in this lane.
Seren and Caps in the mid lane here. Grand Starfall coming out. Flash away from Caps, away from the Emperor's Divide. Meanwhile, a hook lining onto Lebrov down towards the bottom side. Sten pretty deep here. Bullet time coming out. Not going to connect too much as Lebrov does fall low, but able to escape until the flash double up. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Seren taken out by Skewmond and Caps.
Action happening across the rift as G2 to allow for Ice's bullet time to get the full duration off onto Lebrov, getting him low enough to allow Ice to secure that kill. He is the man that Heretics need to get ahead. He is their carry. As Shao now losing a skirmish, but here comes Ice.
Skewmond doesn't have flash. He uses the Pillar of Ice for the slow onto Ice, and it will manage to keep him at bay. Shao still looking for a little bit more here. With the Frozen Domain down, Skewmond has that extra movement speed.
A nice job on the gank from Skewmond as well there. Use the Subjugate because it removes 40% of the armor and magic resist. It just has enough, but now Sten.
Yeah, Sten pushing forward a little bit here as Skewmond and Han Summer are there for the chase. Lebrov face checked, And Sten paid the price for it.
Smite, and I thought to myself, oh, you're trying to get both of them low, maybe you do some sort of tech, but you're right, you just hit the wrong one.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't at least get one grab, and skirmishing just tracking and trying to match show everyone on the map. But here's the ult.
Onto LeBrob, they'll land the stun onto him. The chase continues. The Seven able to dodge to the side and will be gifted.
The support isolated. Seren was also able to move down from mid, so there was no way for LeBrob to go. Shockwave onto Seren, he's getting very low.
It goes back in. Emperor's Divine onto Caps, who tanks the tower. Seven outplays. The minions take him out in response. Left on it. Thank you, paid chatter. Very kind of you.
Oh, what's going on here? Hang on a second.
Caught out. Sorry. I'll PayPal you guys later. Instead, caught out the subjugate coming out. There's the Pop Blossom as well for the chase onto Ice. And Ice is down. Yeah, that's the problem. You can start it up, but it's so easy for either team to collapse if the other is already on that Drake. Seren coming across here doesn't have that Emperor's Divide. Sheo's just going to walk back to the relative safety of his mid lane tower. And now G2 will be the ones to start up the Drake, with Caps having that push in.
Matter. It's now G2 getting that first dragon.
Ultimately, though, I mean, Heretics is still keeping the gold close. Like, if we compare this to last game, it was already dire straits, it felt like, for Heretics. They are skirmishing well. They are doing their best to trade kills where they can. And I'm looking at that gold lead for Caps, and it's scary, but Ice is building a similar advantages. This looks like a Pantheon ult to me.
Brokenblade going all out, has the Zeke's convergence complete already. Grand Starfall in by Sheo, as you say, Eddie. And BB will fall basically just to Tracin. That was a bit of an assist from Sheo, but Tracin winning out the 1v1.
And there's another gold lead that's just as sizable as that bottom lane. You're kind of saying these side lanes are where you can put that
Great
pressure.
game state overall for Heretics. Like, it's not all doom and gloom just yet. skirmishing is definitely making his presence known. He is running around the rift, doing what he can. Seren, though, trading.
Ooh, Emperor's Divine not connecting. The Shockwave coming out, and LeBrob is here with a blooming burst. And a big old kill. And meanwhile, Sten looking for the flank. No Grand Starfall yet for Sheo, but Sten, if he can get a depth charge onto Caps, who does still have the flash, the chase can continue. There we are. Caps caught up in the depth charge. Dredgeline's going to come out next. Flashes from it. Sheo flashes forward, and the bullets rip through. Sheo takes the kill. Sten tanks the tower, and LeBrob falls second. Good route onto Ice, but the third tower shot does not materialize, so Ice able to escape.
I mean, Seren started the play with a bit of a blunder, but it turns into a massive win.
He's about 200 gold ahead. Nothing too consequential. It's a dagger in the end, but Caps with no flash, and Sheo on the chase. He's going to extend that gold lead just a little bit. Good shockwave into the pillar. Sheo Seren flashing forward. Look at the Caps, who has that Seekers. Seren will fall for this. skirmishing on the chase now as Sten's going to join the fray, but look at the flank position for LeBrob and Hansama. Sten realizes he needs to get the hell out of there. It's a double for skirmishing. Riptide out from Sten. He does escape to the tower. Brokenblade going all out with the Zeke's convergence onto Ice, burning his flash as well.
Caps managing to take one with 4 deaths and 5 deaths apiece now for the mid laners on each side.
That gold lead for Ice.
Choice. At this stage, you kind of have to cross map because there's no way you're able to get in position to try and take fights. And one of the things that we talked about was the ability to, make picks.
Nothing more for G2. They'll get the charge. They don't break through the crystalline overgrowth. Caps gonna slow up Sheo with a command dissonance. The Pillar of Ice for the follow-up. It's Sheo. You're just a bit too deep. In the Aegis Assault saves him for a second, but the chase continues for G2. Sheo trying to run away. Another Comet Spear comes out, but Caps finds his man. Meanwhile, a TP to the bot side as Tracin looks for Brokenblade. Huge shield from that teleport. Brokenblade, though, still has the flash. The plated steel Caps now as well. The hyper from Tracin doing a lot of work all out. Pulls BB towards the Krugs, gives him a shield. He's able to get away from the Nav again. Tracin unable to connect with the wallet either. BB just dashes away, holds onto his flash, and now Tracin, is he going to have to flash out himself? Because the collapse is beginning from Hansama and LeBrob. In the end, he just jumps across to the safety of his Azir.
G2 are playing this map spectacularly. There's a ward just off by Red Brush, with Spotted the fact that feels dizzy at the moment trying to keep pace with G2.
I feel like Heretics is trying so hard to force so many things. Like, this is a great example. Why are they here?
I mean, Sheo's likely dead. LeBrob flashing in as Hansama dives in with the killing instinct as well. There's the shockwave onto Ice. Sten trying to flash to safety, but G2 are on the chase. That's 2. The bot lane of Heretics already dead. Seren and Sheo need to get out as BB dashes forward. Hansama no killer instinct left for him, but he can still land those Void Seekers. Sheo getting chased towards the bottom side. Pillar of Ice coming out to block him against the wall. The Gromp secured. Good double knockback from BB, but all they wanted was the jungler's life.
They tried so hard to contest that. They left Caps isolated in his side lane with the Orianna, who has the TP. skirmishing kind of covering the support, and he's now been caught.
Ice has to flash across the wall. Bullet time coming out, but there's the all-out from BB. sinks in the Intofus and gets himself a kill. A bit isolated towards the backside, but he just dashes across the wall. And now G2 find another Sten will fall. Tracing building up that Mega Gnar, but they're all hitting on Quay.
Again, unprompted.
I think that one was pretty prompted by myself, but still.
Baron going to be secured by G2.
Reasons you talked about it at the start of game one, Vetty. Like G2, when it comes to playoffs, they just tend to succeed. They just tend to do well, even if they do come in as the 7th seed. Here, Ice caught out again. No way for him to get out. And G2 can just march down mid. Like the defense for Heretics is Seren pushing the side lane, trying to get themselves an objective bounty, trying to get a little bit of gold. But their inhibitor tower in mid will fall. 23.5 minutes in, G2 are knocking on the Nexus.
Yeah, I was going to say, how far are they going to take this? Because Heretics have to reset, but BB soloing out the Azir.
Yeah, Seren able to dodge across the wall to the Gromp. Did use the Emperor's Divide, needs to get back, will use the Hex Gates to get closer. Tracing knocked up with the Pillar of Ice, Sheo trying to get in there as well. TP coming out from BB as he's going to join the fight. The first Nexus tower will fall, G2 continuing to advance. And there's the Shockwave, and immediately they kill off Tracing. They'll dive onto Sheo underneath the tower as well, but Stumon still really healthy with that Subjugate. Second Nexus tower down, Ice has respawned, does have that bullet time, but the Hot Blossom will find him again. Ice goes in with a bullet time, a good Pillar of Ice to stop it, as G2 are just ripping through them. Heretics don't have a leg left to stand on as G2 will go 2-0.
Extra engage in order to like reach the Varus, because you don't want the champion to just poke you all the time in the setups of Dragon objectives on that level 3. But here makes more sense to go commit.
Kana sneaking behind the wave here. Lot's going to have to try and dash out. Flashes out as well. Kana tanks the tower, but still gets the kill.
Here, Jun doesn't really have a way to get away. There's the Ghost from Kalist.
Yeah, Jun's going to try and use the heal for movement speed, but when comes Lightning and Yikes diving onto Jun, gets the knock-up, and Kalist secures the kill. Well played by KC.
Yeah, the Cosmic
Top lane
Bind
is losing. Your jungler is on top side of the map. Enemy jungler is getting Drake, and you have push in bot. The bottom of it, 0.7. They love these slow, measured games. As Tempered Fate comes out, Busio immediately goes in with the charm, and because of that, Isma can't go in for any further engage. True Shot Barrage connects! And Jun slams the meat in.
Honestly, KC, apart from obviously Kalist getting caught, have been doing very well in across the map. Like everything is kind of going their way, and we have Giant X looked for the cross map and trying to make something happen topside, but just wasn't able
for
to.
As long as he did. Didn't land the slow, could have started with the auto. Decided against it. Another Cosmic Binder going wide as Yike and Busio clear out the vision. Cataclysm coming in, they're looking for the Shockwave. Jackie's is on his way across, Chain of Corruption going wide. Yahoo coming in with the Hero's Entrance, there's the Shockwave, only going to connect onto one. Isma goes in for another flag, and Dragon... Sorry, I thought he was going to finish his recall. Decides against it. Looking to see if perhaps they can catch out Yahoo, who did just go in with the Justice Punch. The Drake begun, Yahoo flashes away, there's the taunt. Jackie stands at the edge of it, Call of the Forge God being used as well, as they try and catch out Yike. Shockwave onto Yahoo, they'll get the shutdown, but the rest of KC are beginning to collapse. Jackie's flashes away, and Isma is just left to the Wolves. Tempered Fate will stop him in the middle of the Flag and Dragon. Yike with the Crescent Guard will dive in to get another kill. The jungler down for Giant X. Jun flashing away, equalized down as well as Jackie's tries to walk out. Low mana on him. Kana with the Flame Spitter will begin to burn Lot alive, and Busio can just dash in whenever he wants. Jun down. Alongside him, Lot will go to an early grave. Noah and Jackie's the last two standing here for Giant X. Noah does still have the flash, has the cleanse. Kana lands the harpoon, and the chase continues. Good command attack onto Kana, takes him low. He flashes, and Busio dances in. Blocks the Mystic Shot that I don't think was gonna connect, but falls for it anyway.
That was about to get away, but now we're back to live.
And back for round two, it seems, as Yike jumps onto Jun. Tries to take the Magical Journey out, does get knocked up by the Q3. Yike's gonna follow him across the wall, and the Crescent Guard's back up, but now GX are able to collapse upon him. Jungler down for KC might mean they need to back away from the Drake. It's soul point for them if they can take it. Busio has the quickness back up, Chain of Corruption as well, available for Kalist. Lot's gonna get knocked up by Yahoo. Cataclysm in by Isma. Chain of Corruption has to be flashed away from. The Drake still stands, as KC and Giant X are just landing punch after punch.
It's getting scrappy here on Summoner's Rift. Rumble has just pushed in that bottom side, so Kana maybe looking to group up now at KC. And Giant X feeling a little less confident as Kana makes his way over.
It's getting scrappy. I mean, Yike, we got to go back to that play, because that was way too ambitious.
He killed Jun, Betty, it's worth.
I mean, he interrupts him going through the portal initially, and then goes way too deep. All of GX turn their attention onto him, and the Dragon is at 50% HP. So I feel like the GX should have just turned their attention.
Incredibly well in terms of their farm.
I'm mainly just used to it from Korean. Galio's doing that, and then I remembered, yep, Yahoo is a Korean. Galio, in fact, doing that. Is Lot's now in a lot of danger.
Yeah, quickness coming out, the Flame Splitter as well. Lot did a really good job of dodging the initial CC. He's going to try and get down to this blast cone, but he can't get there in time. Kana takes the kill. Yahoo forced to wait towards this top side. Makes sense. They're doing exactly that.
The thing that Hans Sommer said earlier is, like, range is the biggest problem, right? And that's what Ornn's supposed to be helping with. But interestingly, Casey's just saying, I want to take a tower.
Yeah, who's going to TP towards the mid lane? Meanwhile, Lot is burned alive by KC. Kalist takes the kill. And that's your tank, by the way.
So, of all the ways this fight could have gone, that is not how I expected it to go.
KC will just get access to the tower.
Yeah. Smart little bait play there by KC. I'll get access to this mid lane tower. They'll be able to take it down. Kalist just needs a couple of autos to do so. And then you can reset again, get your
Thinks about his position on the map is what makes him so successful. And like even here, just finding these small windows in the Rakan where he can
sneaky man.
Oh, Yike's going to jump into Jackies, who has to flash away. The piercing out. Busio flashing forward with the quickness as well. There's a hero's entrance following up, but Jackies gets face planted by Yahoo. Noah trying to jump away. Kalist is on the chase. Noah will fall. Lot and Isma, the only two left standing here for Giant X. Isma dives in. Kalist claims the triple. KC just wipe away Giant X.
Blink and they're gone. KC immediately jump onto Giant X. And now, with the wave on bot lane, the base will be cracked open. And what else do you need at this stage for KC? Elder Dragon's there, but I don't know if they even want to go for it.
Just an exceptional execution game from KC. Their macro was at an extremely high level this game, from start to finish. They pick apart GX, and they're going to look to close things out right now.
Yeah, still 15 seconds on the carries here. Lot getting rooted up underneath this Nexus tower. Busio looking for the knockup as well. Lot goes down. Jun stands for a second, but the magical journey just sends him to an early grave. KC clean it up again. Jackies will spawn in time to die with the equalizer down, the chain of corruption as well. A piercing arrow through its heart. His ultimate is so impactful, right? Gwen can always just put down the W and then mitigate the fact that she would get knocked away, and it allows you to actually follow up on the fight. So that also,
that's the thing.
Bard is a range support, and we spent game one praising these two guys as Jun's going to try and heal. Flash coming forward as they look for the chase. Jun cannot escape. Engage Lulu!
Engage Lulu!
They ran them. But here, yeah, in the 2v2, KC definitely has the advantage. But here comes the junglers.
Busio going to get caught out for the start. Noah using that Valkyrie for the extra damage. Busio, no flash, no heal, no life left, as Isma claims the kill.
The disengaged Lulu significantly worse than getting bot lane back in check. Because Kalista and Busio have been incredibly potent 2v2, but it just means Akana ends up constantly finding these leads in the 1v1
Good bubble, heal coming out. Kalista's going to have to use the barrier here as Noah chases him down. Flash away from Kalista, looking for the damage onto Noah, but an Everflow will heal him up. Still a 1-for-1 exchange between the AD carries.
Very close, but it is end up being the one for...
Isma looking to steal this away, but decides against it for now.
Isma doesn't have the upgraded smite, so it would have been an advantage for Yike in the smite fight. So Isma backs away, but there we go.
Emperor's Divide onto Yahoo. Does take one tower shot between worlds. He goes, can dash out, uses the weirding, dashes towards Isma, and then flashes away. Isma with a hammer shot, not going to be able to connect onto Yike.
A bit of a oopsie there from Yahoo. I guess he wasn't expecting Isma to be pathing that way. Forced to burn his flash anyway, even though he tried to get out of that situation without it. Yike, though, chasing down Isma, knows he has the level advantage
as well. Isma needs
as the wave is going to bounce, but actually, keep my eyes on Yike. He's just legging it bot lane.
Sprinting down here. Hovering with Kalist. Flash, cease and desist with the polymorph coming out as well. Good knockback on the Valkyrie. No escape. Taken out by the KC bot side.
I mean, keep it simple. Lane gank, flashes GX. What's really important about their composition is, remember, they don't have easy engage at all. They do have very good disengage, and they have a lot of range. So they have to take their time and do things like this. Chunk your opponent out before the fight. Nice flash.
Yeah, Busio was looking for the fight here. Oh, Yike just clips the wall. Doesn't get knocked up by Keeper's Verdict coming out as well as Yike tries to escape, but Jun secures the kill. Now with Drake up, Giant X can turn their attentions towards it.
And using their prio mid to control the entrance to that top side in the river, and then they found Busio in the bot side river, who they were able to chunk out. And it doesn't matter if they got the kill because they had that health advantage. Isma then sees an opportunity.
Incredible AD carry when it comes to team fighting, and here there's a lot of eggs in that Kalist basket.
But the thing is, he's actually not massively far ahead. Noah has just reset, finished the Triforce, but Jackie's
forced low, forced to flash. Kalist begins to open up, and Jackie shifts his way across. The answer is yes. it seems.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, with
Oh,
no!
Jackie thought he could stay around, but Kalist flashes in. Cleans it up at the end.
The very edge of the W from Kalist, connecting to interrupt the base, and then the flash into E. Ooh, nicely done by Kalist. 4-1-0. Now is in the river.
Yike looking for the engage. Yeah, who going between worlds and is on the wrong side of it. Isma now looking for Yike. Guys get the knock back into him, but no stun. Keeper's verdict out with the wild growth on Yike. Should be able to get another Vault Breaker out. Smites Isma for the slow, and will be able to get himself away to the Gromp.
I do feel
nearby to top him up. It's actually quite a devastating combo, but now at 1.2k lead for Kalist as Noah goes in. The polymorph comes out tidal wave. Kalist able to dodge to the side of it. Tries to open up onto Jun, dashes forward. Kalist takes him. Noah next up. It's 2. A double for Kalist. Yike dies on a dive as Isma and Lotta coming in. The TP from Kana as well. They'll look for Yahoo first as they collapse onto him. Keeper's verdict with a knock-up onto Kana, but meanwhile, Yahoo just falls. Busio now joining in as Kana opens up the wild growth, topping him up, but it won't be enough.
Take into account that that Kalist and Busio got a 2v2 in the mid lane as well.
2 items now completed on him. You should have been able to just play through these dragons and be the one that are actually stacking up. And it just buys windows of times for Giant X to kind of get gold into some of their key carries like Jackie's.
Jackies will be able to pick up the tower, puts the Sundist down immediately, and Yahoo backs away. Meanwhile, in the mid lane with the Rift Herald charging in. Giant X can't defend their tier 1. A tower apiece. First one was picked up though.
Still going to always exist. Let's see what happens here. Water's being cleared out, but Isma blast cones over the wall.
Looking for Yahoo. Will get the slam. Doesn't quite get the CC. Yike goes back in with the Vault Breaker. Isma heals up with the Sundered Sky. Kalist and Busio moving across. The TP coming out from Kana as well. Jun here to help defend Giant X, but that tower is pretty damn low, and they don't have the rest of their team. KC begin the fight as 5. Cease and desist going in the tidal wave. Kana blocks it with a hallowed miss, but Giant X still able to disengage. The tower does fall. Meanwhile, Lot TPs into the back line. Kalist trying to get in here as well. Unable to join the fight yet, and Kana is left by his lonesome. The shutdown goes to Noah. KC overextending
to go.
Huge ultimate as well from Isma, knocking Kalist out of the fight. That damage dealer that we've been speaking of meant it was just nothing to actually take down some of these low health members. Now again, a failed...
10,000 now on it. Yike can look for the steal, no flash for him, but a Vault Breaker over the wall.
They're not going to flip this, are they?
In tidal wave, Yike looking, Lot going forward, they're going to flip it, and Yike gets it! And Yike gets it, and now Kalist, untouched on the backline, can begin to open up. Noah's going to fall, he's snipped out by Kana. Jackie's forced away by Yahoo. Isma dashing forward onto Kalist. But Giant X have flipped the whole damn series on a single press of a button. And Yike puts them in their place.
Lot tried to keep Yike out of the pit, but they took a gamble, and it did not pay off.
Call the medic. Everything on a flip, and it's just the birds that they get from Yike.
That is a great question, Kalist. I mean, because what they should have done with that, okay, yes, they got a decent amount of gold. I will acknowledge that.
But they haven't been able to take as many neutrals as they would like. As many of those towers slam into the wall here as Isma's trying to lock up Kana, who dashes away, has the neutral work for the slow as well. Lot goes unstoppable, trying to chase his enemy man, but this is 3 players invested on the top side, and now KC still have a wave of Baron to play with. 30 seconds before that buff goes down. Kalist is pushing through bot. That should be the bot inhibitor tower for him. Not quite. Still has that bulwark. They are very much on the wrong side of the exchange. And now KC able to take the Drake, not Soul for them.
Baron. And if it's KC that start the Baron off, that could be an opportunity for you to find a fight unless you get caught and die.
Season sits onto Isma, they'll jump onto him with a wild growth for the follow-up, knock up. 5 in the mid lane. Kana's going down towards bot. Giant X, he might rue their lack of engage a little bit here, but Jackie's goes in. The Emperor's of Eye catches on Kalist, who dashes away. Redemption coming out as Jackie's uses the stopwatch. TP's coming in from KC. Yike's already killed off 1. A second to follow as Noah falls. Kalist being chased out by Lot, but even he won't die. Giant X once again pull the trigger, and it's them that are getting shot down.
They dive between 2 towers in the mid lane, forcing a fight so hard in a desperation play to try and
keep him in check. Now with the Bloodthirster as well, the healing, the movement speed from the Shirelias, everything is just too good at keeping this man alive. And KC with that, it feels like the inevitable has started. Baron falling, mid inhibitor, top lane tier 2 about to go as well. it feels like there's no stopping them right now.
Yeah, they're having a good time. RKC in professional League of Legends.
That probably.
I haven't watched every CB LOL game. I know Katie are really good at losing. We could ask Law. Actually, is Law down there?
Yeah, she's down there.
Did they throw 14K or 15K, Law?
That was a low blow.
I think she's gone now. I think she
Yeah, understandable.
Arisen.
Noah's used to miracles, obviously.
It's true. Oh, Isma. Has he found a flank?
Yeah, but it's only him.
He's found one, though.
Identifying the flank, not the hardest thing in the world. Executing on it, pretty difficult.
But he executed it, just no one else was there.
Yes, true. Executing your opponents on a flank, pretty difficult, as KC continue to push in. 15K the lead now, as it's going to be triple in here, but Giant X left trying to defend their Nexus tower. Cease and desist in, tidal wave coming out. Kali's dodging away from Jackie's, who was polymorphed as he went in. The Guardian Angel has been propped onto Yike, but Carter diving onto the backline, and Yike still very healthy. Yahoo will chase Flod and Isma back to the base, and there's no throws here, as KC will clean it up and take our 4th 2-0 of LEC versus